Welcome back to the garage, everyone. Thought we'd start doing some weekly videos talking about mods we've done to the car, upgrades, anything that we have done to the car. I thought we would review it, how it's going, how long it's been on, and just give like an update on things that we have done. So I thought we would start with why we bought this model car compared to the other model cars, why I bought a Focus instead of a Volkswagen or a Subaru. Now, the main reason that I bought a 2014 ST to begin with, before we even talk about other models, is it was one of those things where I saw the car and I had to have it. I wanted to have it. And I'm sure that's happened to a lot of you, but I saw it in a showroom and I had to have it. But to get into the other part of that is I grew up wanting the Subaru. Of course, I've always wanted like RX-7 or Supra, but we all know how those are extremely expensive, and that's like long-term goals, something you get down the road when you're set with everything else. But for like a starter car, a starter tuner, or something to start with that's fairly low in budget, it's not like the lowest budget car, nowhere near the highest budget car, but I thought it was a good starting ground. But I grew up wanting the Subaru. I've always loved Subarus, the sound, everything about it. But I wanted a hatchback. I love the hatchback. And then, see, I'm 28 now, but when it came time for me to buy my first car with my own money that I got from my job, Subaru didn't make the hatchback anymore. And my dad kind of instilled it in me to get a new car. We don't have to worry about any problems. We don't have to lie or worry about someone lying to us about the car being fine and it not. So when it came time for me to get a car, Subaru stopped making the hatchback. So it basically left me with a few options. I could have gone Volkswagen, the Focus. I want to say there was one other. I think Hyundai had one. To me, ugly as crap, so I didn't go that route. The story behind this car and why I went with a 2014 instead of the 2015 facelift, and I'll put a picture somewhere here. I'll put both of them right here. I'll put a 2014 here and the 2015 here, the facelift. So the reason I bought the 2014 was it looked different than the other Focus models. So here's a basic, I think it was 2000, we'll go 14, Focus like SE or the S model. And then we'll put my car here. Now I could have gone with the facelift model, the 2015 Focus ST, and then I'll put a picture right here of like an SE. Now to me, these two, on the front end of it, they're really nice looking cars, but they look the same to me. So I wanted something that was kind of different, but not, I guess. But you can see here, 14, they look way different. You would know that's an ST. I guess that doesn't really matter. That's my personal opinion. You guys probably have a different one, but that's how I thought of it. And I did buy my car in 2015. It was a 2014 model. I believe it was a leftover, but it was in the showroom. And to me, it kind of seemed like the dealership bought a fully loaded ST. It was way overpriced, and they just couldn't get rid of it. So in the spur of the moment, I went with my brother to go get his awesome, I think it was a Fusion. Awesome car. And this was in the showroom. I sat in it. I think I got some pictures of it. I'll try to find them. I sat in the car and I loved it. I just absolutely loved it. And right then and there, I wanted to buy it. I worked some stuff out to make sure we could make the payments, which I guess at that time was okay. Then it turned out to be a bad idea. But we came out through it and I loved it. So I drove it home, I think that same week. And then here we are today. So I guess I didn't even really look at any other hatchback models. It was more of a, I saw it, I sat in it, I heard it, and I had to have it. So we ended up buying it, and here we are. There were no lease options. I had thought about it, but there wasn't a lease option on a year-old model, I guess. So we bought it, which was a great idea. I've had it for 3 years now, 3 full years. And we have modified it a little bit, some bolt-ons and some like little small stuff. But it's my car. I love it. I love it. I've shared some of it with you guys. You've seen some of the stuff we've done. I love it. and we have some big dreams, but we're going to talk about that some other time. But with this little midweek series, I guess we'll call it, we're going to talk about the things we've done. So like, I put new tires on it, so we'll talk about why I put new tires on it. Stuff that I want to do to the car. She's right there. She's so pretty. Just a nice looking car. We'll use this platform as what I want to do to the car, what I have done to the car, a review of what I've done to the car and how it's held up, and we'll share that information with you guys. I'm going to try to keep the videos short. This one might be a little longer just to kind of get the information out there, but I'll try to keep them short. We'll go over a wide variety of stuff, how it feels traveling, how like the vinyl's held up, how the seats have hauled up, and then we'll continue doing our Sunday 4 p.m. Eastern time schedule of going to Cars and Coffee if it just stops raining, car meets, random stuff, installs. We'll continue that on Saturdays, but we'll try to use this, and I'll try to do it Wednesdays at 4 p.m. on the East Coast as a platform to share information with you guys on how I feel about certain things. And you guys can give me some feedback on some information that you guys come across. Mods you've done to your car, how they've held up, tires that you've used, liked, stuff like that. But stay tuned. Hopefully Saturday we go to Cars and Coffee. The weather is looking awful, but hopefully it'll hold out. So hopefully I'll see you guys Saturday.